Hi, everybody. This is the story of HypnoSlim. First, I think I'm better say a little bit about who I am. My name is Ray Freeman. I've been a psychotherapist and hypnotherapist for a number of years, and I've run Silsden Clinic for the last 15 years. I'm also the director of the National Council of Psychotherapists, which is a professional body for psychotherapists and hypnotherapists. Anyway, the story of HypnoSlim goes back really quite a long way. I've been developing this system for a number of years with my own clients. What I've found is almost everybody wants to lose weight or control their diet in some way. If you could help some of these people and earn yourself an income you choose to work when you wanted, would you want to give it a go? Me too. The thing is, you don't diet. Instead, what you do is you change your eating habits and you take control over what you eat. Take away the diet rules. But going back a little bit, 15 years ago, when hypnosis-type gastric bands were still far off in the future, I used to help people lose weight with other forms of hypnotic suggestion, coaching, that sort of thing. And it was all about reframing their relationship with food. It was successful, but I thought it merely just part of the toolbox of being a therapist, to be honest. But as the practice grew, unfortunately, so did my waistline, and I realized I needed to lose weight too. I'd been pretty fit once, and I'm sure lots of people can say that. But I felt a drop in my stamina. My wardrobe wasn't any longer big enough to take all the extra clothes that I needed in big sizes. Now, the thing is, I'm not very good at teams or support groups, really. I feel that they can perpetuate the feeling that they're designed to stop. I do feel sometimes support groups can give someone a comfortable place to hang their problem on. Anyway, I looked at the two big diet companies and I realized it wasn't for me. I studied what I could from the way they did things. But there's a couple of reasons really why I didn't think it was for me. Firstly, like I've said, I'm not very good in groups. I couldn't sit all evening applauding someone for half a pound weight loss or commiserate with somebody that put weight on that week. Not that I'm any better than them, of course. But I realized these two things. Firstly, I need my own focus rather than that of a group. And secondly, I have the sort of personality that if you put a barrier in front of me, I'll knock it down. Of course, I realise other people are like that too, aren't they? And this is what happens when you motivate yourself onto a diet and you stay in control for quite a long time. It can be a little time or a long time. But eventually you'll break one of the rules or one of the barriers. And this becomes then one of the yo-yo diets we know so well. It can take years for someone who feels that they failed on something to summon the psychological energy to start another diet. In the meantime, they'll be out of control with their food and they'll be gaining weight. Anything they lost will go back on, maybe more on top too. So I decided not to diet, but instead changed my eating habits. I was 4 stone heavier than I needed to be, and health was an issue, and failure wasn't an option. Hence, I didn't want to diet because I knew that would end up in failure. I thought about what I was doing wrong and did loads of research on good things and bad things in food. Usual culprits are fat, water, wheat, sugar, of course. I researched whether to do 3 meals or 4 meals or 5 meals a day, what the gaps should be between meals, what snacks to eat that would be most sensible to develop my weight loss. But the most important thing I did was change my mindset. I decided on a no-rule system so that I couldn't break them. I want you to think about this for a moment. We eat 3 meals a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and the sum of that is 3 times 7 times 365 equals 7,665 meals a year. Multiply that by 75 years. You can call it 65 if you like, I don't care the number, but what you're going to end up is something like in excess of 500,000 meals in a lifetime. Questions then are, why are you a failure if you eat a cream cake one day? Why does a takeaway meal make you a loser? Why does a bad food day make you worthless? These are all the things that I asked myself. But these are the diet way of doing things. But this is not the HypnoSlim way. Emotion plays a huge part in our food intake. But my argument is everyone eats emotionally, not just people that are overweight. It's not about excess necessarily, it's about emotion. So these two phrases can work together. I feel like I want fish and chips tonight. That happens to me quite a lot. And this one never does. I feel like a tuna salad for lunch. So if you follow what I'm talking about, what I'm driving at here, is the skinny people eat emotionally too. Why do we pick out fat people to be emotional and skinny people not? It's not true, is it? So if you could find a plan that removed the failure and the worthlessness, took away the rules of eat this, not that, but most importantly, this way helped gain control over what you ate, regardless of what the emotions are that are involved, would you want to learn about it? This is HypnoSlim. It's a default way of eating. Default is something that you return to when consistently after you've deviated from it. So there's no rules and there's no punishment. When your client starts this default way, they find within a day or two, they're so tuned into that default way that the emotional backdrop becomes irrelevant. They're now in control over their eating because the emotional element becomes irrelevant. That's not easy to say. You're going to ask me how you do it. Well, that's for training. The training is for a system for your clients that is 4 one-hour sessions. First one is meeting and assessment and the default way, put the default way into their lifestyle. I'll teach you how to take the right information and then fit a default system into their lifestyle. So it won't matter if they're a 9-to-5 or a shift worker, it doesn't matter what they do. You will be able to fit the default into their system. So in session 2, you catch up on how the default is working and adjust it if it's required. It's not always perfect first time. And also what we're going to do is a little bit of hypnosis to visit the surgeon. Now, I know none of you are hypnotherapists or hypnotists of any kind. But I'm going to, on the 2 days of training, I'm going to teach you just enough hypnosis to do the gastric band surgery on the 3rd session and the hypnosis to visit the surgeon on the 1st. Yes, you can do it. Yes, it's easy. Yes, you can be insured. HypnoSlim has agreed and arranged an insurance policy for professional indemnity for HypnoSlim practitioners. So, visit to the surgeon. You choose the hospital they want to go to. Usually you choose a private one with them, whatever the local one is. And then what you usually find in by week 2, with the second session rather, they are already starting to lose weight and get the stuff in place that they need. On the 3rd week, you check on the default again, and now they've had 2 weeks of weight loss, weight control, default. Just check back in, but they will probably tell you they're starting to lose weight, if not losing quite a fair bit. And then there's the hypnosis for the gastric band surgery. So they go back to the hospital where they visited the surgeon, and I will show you a foolproof induction. And I'll show you all the pitfalls and whatever we need to do, and we can do it in a day. I thought about this in terms of, am I creating Frankenstein's monster here? But I run a diploma in hypnotherapy. And in that diploma, on the first weekend, which is obviously 2 days, the second day is devoted to a particular induction, a basic induction skill, so that everybody that's on the diploma goes away after the first weekend of 10 being able to hypnotize people, and they go and practice. That's what I'll be teaching you, exactly the same system. So you do this gastric band surgery, you walk them through an operation to have the gastric band fitted. Of course, it's all virtual and it's all creates in the head. Number 4th week, the 4th session, 3 weeks after the first, you check on their focus and their motivation, you adjust the band if required, and if there is any food reversion issues, like you've got to get rid of chocolate permanently or something like that, I will show you that too in the training. So that's the 4 sessions. What can you earn from it? I currently charge a fee of £400 payable on the first session. I believe this should be adjusted for where you are in the country. So between £350 and £600, you choose. I never discount my work, but you may, if you wish, discount yourself, but never below £350, because I think that would devalue the whole value of HypnoSlim. We can't go giving this away cheap. We have to have people that are motivated. So what do you get for training with this? You get a method of weight loss and weight maintenance that works. You get a license to use the name and advertise yourself as a HypnoSlim practitioner. You get supervision so that you operate the system well enough. That will include a monthly webinar of support and supervision, but you will also have access to 24/7 support, 24/7-ish. Off of the HypnoSlim website, you'll get downloads of all your paperwork. If you have a website, then we'll put a badge on it with a page of descriptions selling HypnoSlim to your clients, to your website. We're also going to do the search engine optimization of HypnoSlim website, and that's all included. Plus the social media marketing through the page and the group. So HypnoSlim has a website. You will be registered on there, you will have access to the members area, and you will have a profile on there. If you want to put your own website up, we can do deals with our software people and we will help you. The number 10 is the best bonus of all, because you get me. At the end of the phone, if you need anything about an awkward case, etc., because we're limiting the numbers we are going to train, it's not going to overpower me in terms of I'm going to have forever be on the bloody phone. So, okay, here's the training costs. The training fee is £497, and after that, it's £25 a month, and that's for the license fee. Now, just think about this for a minute. If you take on 1 new client a month, that's 4 hours work. You'll be earning on average £400. And after 2 months, you will be in front on your training and insurance costs. And all you ever do forever, as long as you're doing it, is you pay £25 for the license fee every month. The initial course is 2 months. And there may be some additional courses later, but they will be voluntary. These are the planned trainings. London on 13th of April, Leicester 11th of May, Edinburgh 22nd of June. I will also be doing more training in West Yorkshire, because I know there are a few people that want to train in West Yorkshire. So I'll be adding a date for that, probably fairly soon, before the 13th of April anyway. And that's it. If you have any questions, please contact me. Write this number down, 0330 555 4546. 0330 555 4546. Or go to hypnoslim.life, and there you will find a contact for me. Thank you very much for listening.